Yo.
Noah is Joe Mixon on his team.
Yeah.
Last week, Joe Mixon had 55 points. You know where Joe Mixon was sitting at in his lineup?
Get him on the bench.
Get him on the bench.
Yeah. Royce stats. Royce stats. Yeah. Royce stats. Royce stats. Royce stats. Royce stats. Yeah. Royce stats. Royce stats. Okay, step into the mind of a young boy genius, telling you what's going on in stadiums and arenas. We talking the NFL, we talking the NBA, we talking about the biggest sports news of the day. Got a favorite athlete, a team that you're thinking. Well, let's put it to the test and see where Royce ranks them. And listen, man, I could go on and on, but let's get into it, featuring his co-host Dom. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me introduce everybody to Royce's thoughts. Yeah. Yeah. I said sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me introduce everybody to Royce's
All
thoughts.
right. It's that time of the week again where we record an episode of a podcast called
Royce's thoughts.
Moved By.
Moving with Mardis.
As always, I am your co-host, Dom, sitting across from the namesake himself.
Royce.
How are we doing today? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. You can see my crutches in this shot. I moved that there. Don't want to give the illusion that someone might be injured on this podcast because, that's just not true. I am fully healthy and with 2 working, fully functional ACLs in 6 months. Okay. It is Tuesday, November 8th, and that is a big day, or big deal. Why?
Because tomorrow's November 9th.
No, it's the second Tuesday in November, which always means
that Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks and 2 days.
Oh, it's voting day. Get out. I got my sticker on. I voted. Sticker is coming off now. That's the best part of voting. You get a sticker.
Yeah.
I know. One day you'll understand about the civic opportunities that you have getting out and voting and how important it can be. But that's for another podcast because this is a sports podcast. So here's what happened over the weekend. Some big games in some different sports across some leagues all took place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should talk about some of them.
All right.
It's up to you. What do you want to talk about? This be your podcast, huh?
I don't really care.
You don't really care?
Nope.
You don't care at all?
A little bit, but like
you got to care some. I think we should talk about the NFL first.
Okay. I'll do it.
I have no reason or rhyme. Technically we could start with baseball, but I don't really want to do that.
All right.
So I say we start with the NFL.
All right.
And is it time to write off Aaron Rodgers?
Because you can never write back.
That's true. Gino. But is it time to write off Aaron Rodgers as a top-tier quarterback?
It could be.
His QBR is garbage this year. They've lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Including to the Lions, where he threw 2 red zone interceptions.
Pretty sure it was 3.
3 red zone interceptions?
I think so.
I knew he threw at least 2, on the goal line, basically, but 3 red zone interceptions.
I think so.
So, what is going on? What do you think the deal is?
That he's old and his team is not that good.
But Tom Brady is old, and he still gets it done.
Tom Brady's team's a lot better.
Okay, so this is a team issue. If you put Aaron Rodgers on, let's say, the 49ers.
Why are we putting him on the 49ers? Why is that?
They have a stacked team right now.
If you put Aaron Rodgers on the 49ers, then 49ers are probably going to be very good.
So Aaron Rodgers is not done. So he's probably done. Should he be done as a Packer? Is it over?
It should have been over in the offseason.
Should have been over in offseason.
Quote Lil Wayne.
Quote Latonchi. 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 Okay, so where should Aaron Rodgers play football next year?
I don't know. I don't make this.
Would you take him in Seattle?
No.
Would you keep Geno over Seattle, over Aaron Rodgers?
Mm-hmm. I would.
You believe that?
Yes.
You know Seattle would not do that, though.
Yes, they would.
Dude, I'll be honest. Your boy Geno just lighting it up.
Yep.
They're what, 6-3 now?
Yep.
Is that a 2-game lead? Well, technically a 1.5 game lead over the 49ers?
Possibly.
Woo! Woo! All right. The Eagles are still undefeated. What are they, 8-0 or 9-0?
8-0.
What do you think about their chances to first finish the regular season undefeated?
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, maybe like 16-1, 15-2.
Okay.
I don't know about like.
I saw a
I don't know
stat.
about 17. No, though.
I saw a stat that says they have the weakest remaining schedule in the NFL. Not like just of like good teams, like in the NFL, the weakest remaining schedule.
Yeah.
Does that change your opinion?
No.
Okay.
I think they're gonna lose one of the games.
They're going to lose one of the games. Should they lose a game? Like,
Yes.
do you think it's better that they lose a game than it is to go undefeated? Like,
Possibly.
in other words, there's an argument that if you lose a game, then it's easier to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're not going to go undefeated. Do you think they make it to the Super Bowl? Not win it, make it. Are they NFC Championship caliber team?
Mm-hmm.
Can they win a Super Bowl? Mid-yawn.
Yes, they can.
Will they?
No.
Will they make it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're penciling in the Eagles to lose to the Bills or the Chiefs or the Titans. Something like that.
No. The Colts.
Okay, so let's talk about the Colts for a second. Royce, this is a big day. Yesterday was a huge day for anybody who ever dreamt of being an NFL coach. Because now you don't even have to have experience in the NFL as a coach.
Or even in college.
Or even in college to get a head coaching gig in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about what Jim Irsay and the Colts did yesterday? I mean, I guess maybe we should set the scene. They fired their head coach, Frank Reich, who'd been there for 4 years, had a different starting quarterback every year. They were awful this year. -2 yards in the first quarter versus the Patriots. Just bad. So they fired him at noon, or like a little after 11. By noon, they had announced that they were hiring their former 6-time Pro Bowl center, Jeff Saturday, who's beloved in Indianapolis, by the way.
Not by Peyton Manning, though.
Yes, he is. What?
I don't know. You see that one video where like Peyton Manning was like cussing him out because he's trying to call plays?
Oh, well, yes. But Jeff Saturday and Peyton have a really good relationship. Like, they love each other. But
From what I have seen, just being that one video.
So this is what I'll say. It's kind of like bringing back a crowd favorite, knowing that you couldn't get the real crowd favorite. The real crowd favorite is Peyton, but he ain't giving up his ESPN contract. So that's the scene. So now tell me, how do you feel about what the Colts did yesterday?
I don't even know. I don't think they're gonna be winning very, very much football. But this now gives Matt Ryan another opportunity to reclaim the title of starting quarterback. Now there's a new coach. New coach might like Matt Ryan more. It's possible.
Very possible.
Mhm.
Don't disagree there. Where I might disagree with you some is, well, okay, I agree with you. I don't think the Colts are going to be doing much winning. However, this is the NFL, and I've been a fan, or I've always said this. Everybody gets paid in the NFL. It's crazy. They all get money. They're all really good football players. So if this was not a locker room, if this was not a talent issue, it could be a locker room issue. And here's my question for the Colts. I know that choosing Jeff Saturday in the middle of a year, there's zero expectation. There's also zero expectation that he gets to be the head coach next year as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they win 5 games this year? More from now. What if they right now they're 3-4-1. I think 3-5-1, 3-4-1, 3-4-1. If they're 8, whatever that makes them, and 8-8-1.
I think it's 5.
Huh?
I think it's 5.
3-5-1.
I think so.
Okay,
I don't
so
think they've had a bye week yet.
let's just go. If they're 8-8-5 to finish the season, that would put him at 5-3 as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep him now, don't you?
I get, yeah. Mm-hmm. Unless, like, someone else is, someone else who is really good tries to get the head coaching spot. Then I would, he goes 5-3. I would keep him in close contact.
3-5-1. You're right.
But I would also look out for everyone else.
3-5-1. So they have 8 games left.
Mm-hmm. So 8.
All right. I want to look at something. I don't really care about the Colts this much, but it is interesting because I just want to know. They have the Raiders, very winnable because the Raiders are bad. Eagles, Steelers, Cowboys, Vikings, Chargers, Giants, Texans.
Okay, let's go through it here.
Raiders.
So Raiders. Yes, very possible.
The Raiders are 2-6 and look really bad. Although, so Eagles.
No.
Okay, 1-1. What are you calling the Raiders as a win?
Yeah.
Okay, 1-1. Steelers.
Yeah.
2-1. Cowboys.
No.
2-2. Vikings.
No.
2-3. Chargers.
No.
2-4. Giants.
No.
2-5. Texans.
Yes.
3-5. Okay, so I pretty much agree with you, except I think they'll beat the Chargers and or the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers just don't play great football. I know they're 5-3. They just don't play good football. And the Giants, are they fool's gold? I don't believe so, but you just don't know. I just think it's risky for them to come out and do this because I just don't know, man. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. Maybe this turns out to be the best thing ever. He wins 65 Super Bowls with the Colts, and he goes down as the greatest quarterback ever or greatest coach ever. Who knows? But I guess that's why they take a chance on him.
Mm-hmm. It's very possible.
All right. So I think we should talk about our sponsor before we move to our next topic.
All right.
So there's never been a better time to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, especially in this market. I don't even know what this market would be considered as. I know the home rates are, it's not a booming market as it was, but it's still a lot of opportunity for you to get out and get a house or sell your house, have people buy your house. So that being said, I feel like you should call our title sponsor, Sean Mardis, with Moving with Mardis, who he and his team will do great things. They take great care of you. And if you need anything from that, and including appraisals, he's a licensed appraisee. I don't know if that's the right term, but he's a licensed appraiser. So here's the deal. if you need to find them, go to movingwithmardis.com. That's Mardis, Mardis, movingwithmardis.com. And reach out. They will get back in touch with you and take great care of you. And we like to do this little thing here. If you mention that you heard about Sean on our podcast, you will get absolutely nothing. I'm just kidding. You'll get a good laugh and he'll say, "Oh my God, that's great." And he's going to treat you kind and nice like he would do even if you didn't mention that it was coming from the podcast. But that's the type of people that they are. So that being said, Moving with Mardis, been a loyal supporter of Royce's thoughts from basically the beginning. And we certainly appreciate all that Sean does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is the dealio. The Astros are now the world champions.
Yep.
How do we feel about this?
Meh.
You kind of called it, though.
Yeah. I did. Just because I know everything. That's fine.
Were you surprised at how the series turned out?
No. Yeah, a little bit. I didn't expect the Phillies to win as many games as they did.
Oh, really?
No.
I was thinking it would kind of be the other way around. Like, after the Phillies got into it, I mean, they looked hot.
Then they got no hit. I think that was the game they got no hit. That was the last game of the World Series.
Well, yes, I would completely agree with you.
No, but you did. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
it was over after that.
So you're saying
They weren't coming back from that.
Because Astros were down 2-1, right?
Mm-hmm. And then they threw no hitter. Now it's 2-2.
And then they won Game 5.
And then they won Game 6.
Yeah. And I will say this. I knew that the Phillies had to win. After getting no hit, they had to win Game 5 to have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think we're staring at a dynasty.
I don't know about that.
Their best pitcher got his very first World Series win in his career.
Yeah, but he's also like 40.
I know, but I'm just saying. So he's their ace, which means he's not that good. So like they're fine. They're gonna be fine. They're all young. Like they keep
except for Justin Verlander.
Yeah, except for Verlander, who they can be fine without.
He's gonna come back next year anyway.
They've also, I mean, they've been in the World Series, 4 out of the last 5 years or 6 years, something like that?
I think it's 6.
So, like,
I think.
But this is only their second World Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird one for me. So, who was the MVP or the World Series MVP?
Jeremy Pena.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the rookie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was also the ALCS MVP.
Is he the first rookie to do those feats?
Shoot, he could be.
Don't know though.
I have no clue.
Gotcha.
And you know who is not in the running for AL Rookie of the Year?
Who's that?
Jeremy Pena.
Really?
But it's just, I think it's based solely off of regular season. I also think he won a Gold Glove.
Hey.
I think. He was even if he was in top 3 to win Rookie of the Year, he wouldn't win it anyway.
Who's gonna win it?
Julio Rodriguez.
Who's he play for?
Mariners.
Okay.
The one.
Well, so I have another baseball related question for you,
All right.
but it's a part of our next segment.
Okay.
So now is the time where we get to listen to our voice mail segment, sponsored by MR DetailWorx. Yes, I said that right. MR DetailWorx. So here's the thing. Jerry and his team, they take excellent care of your cars, detail it, clean it up, get it out looking nice, looking right. And I think you should give them a call. Again, if you're Southern Indiana area, I really should figure out, I think it's mrdetailworx.com, and that's work, WORX.com. But the link is always in the description below. But the favorite thing that we like to do about this is, as we set up the segment, we're just gonna let you listen to the second best intro, or the second best, I guess, jingle. Yeah, jingle, theme song.
Well, the first one's a theme song. This one would just be a jingle.
Jingle. Okay. Well, then the best jingle that you can hear. Here you go.
Okay, stop. Let me take a look at your whip. Is it new? Is it from 2006? It could be a Lamborghini, Cadillac, or Buick. Either way, we making sure that your ride is legit. If you got a nick, a scratch, we could buff that out. Yeah, car feeling messy, don't let it stress you out. You gon' leave with the shine that's as clean as these rhymes. From the hood to the rim, got the wax. You want that advantage, the finish, ceramic, protected from damage. So fresh and so lavish. Now that you heard, yeah, why don't you spread that word? The best service in town is at MR DetailWorx.
All right. So let's check out this voicemail. Here we go.
Royce, Dom, what's going on? This is Greg. Royce, we got a big fantasy game this weekend. Just don't hurt me too bad, please. But my real question is, if you were the Yankees GM, what is your main priority this offseason? Outside of Aaron Judge. We know we need to sign him back. But who would you go after? I'm thinking pitching, but let me know what you think.
Pitching, maybe, yeah. But you have to I don't think it would be bullpen, the bullpen area, because you have a lot of guys who were hurt last year who didn't play, like second half of the season. Some guys didn't play at all, so they'll be back. So I think they'll be good bullpen wise. Starting pitching, yeah, I'd probably go after starting pitching. I would do that, and then after that, I would re-sign Anthony Rizzo. And then after that, depending on what I have, I would go after whoever the best player is, and I would just go after them, and I would try to sign them, unless it's Carlos Correa at the time, because we don't want him. So that's what I would do, though. Pitching first, and then Rizzo, and then whatever is best available. That's what I would do.
So I have a question. I know that in the question from Greg, it literally said outside of Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Does your position change, though, if you have Aaron Judge versus if you don't?
What?
Does your,
So do I change my answer if...
Yes. So let's just, when you said all that, did you assume that Aaron Judge was staying or going?
I assumed that he was staying.
Yes. Okay.
If I'm not getting Aaron Judge back, we would have some issues. Plentiful amounts of issues.
Okay, so humor me. Aaron Judge is not back. What are you now going after, Mr. GM?
Well, outfield or pitching. One of the two.
Do you try to replace Aaron Judge, or do you just move on and rebuild the team around the existing pieces?
A little bit of both, I guess. I don't think you can really replace Aaron Judge, but I would also try to build the team around something else, though. But I mean, not much else that we can build it around here.
See, this is an interesting one for me, the outsider, because I am used to the version of the Yankees that just go get the best players around and sign them, right? Like they're now Yankees. But this doesn't seem to be the MO anymore.
Nope. We could have had Bryce Harper and Manny Machado and like everyone, but no.
Okay. Okay.
We
Well,
could be so good right now. Like, just think. You have Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Anthony Rizzo, and like everyone else. We'd be so good. We'd be so good.
you have a $6 billion payroll.
So, money's not even real.
Okay, so thanks to Greg for calling in on the voicemail line. If you want to leave a voicemail, encourage you to do so. We love getting them. Love to hear your questions, so Royce can answer them. With that being said, I'd like to move to Tennessee, Georgia.
All right.
It was not a football game. I mean,
No.
technically it was a football game. I mean, they played football.
Did they?
Georgia did. Georgia played football.
I don't think it was that bad. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't good. But I don't think it was really that bad.
While the score made it seem like it wasn't a complete blowout, it just, like, I watched it from the beginning and I turned it off because you just knew that there was no way that Tennessee was going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are those types of games where a 21-point lead might as well be a 60-point lead. So, but here's what's crazy. The rankings came out today. Where does Tennessee sit?
5.
Right behind TCU. So at this point, remember how we talked last week and I was like, I don't think the SEC is going to get 2 in unless it's a close game. And it wasn't a close game.
Well, but now, because you know who's in the but Michigan and Ohio State are both in the top 5.
Yes.
If that game is a close game, which I think is what you said. If that game's a close game, they
Yep.
both can probably get in.
Yep.
But if it's not, then whoever loses is going to be out. Tennessee's going to be back in.
Well, so here's what so if you remember, like, you're right. I did say that. I also said there was no way that Clemson was losing the rest of the season.
You also did say that.
And they came out and got dog walked by
And they lost.
Notre Dame. So much so that I'm predicting right here on this podcast, Louisville will win this weekend.
Dang. I was like thinking the exact opposite.
Like,
Crazy.
Louisville's going to go down to Death Valley and get their first victory over Clemson, period, ever. And it's going to be right now. And they're going to do it through defense. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, Royce. Now, that being said, if we get halfway through the second quarter and DJ Ungulalili is not playing well and he gets benched for K. Klubnik, then I'm not responsible for this pick anymore because I'm doing this as a DJ-led Clemson team. I think Louisville will beat them. Okay. That being said, I didn't think Clemson was going to lose. I didn't think Alabama was going to lose as like the same night.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was a great night.
It was a great night.
I know exactly where I was.
It was like 3 nights ago.
Which is why I know I'm gonna know exactly where I was that night for a long time now.
Where were you?
I was at a haunted house.
After Halloween, by the way. Was it half off? Is it like same amount of price to be paid?
I don't even know.
So here's what I'll say. Tennessee got lucky because the rest of their competition lost. Oregon is now behind them, and Oregon has a worse loss to Georgia than Tennessee does. And LSU is behind them. So ultimately, I think we're pretty much down to the 5. If TCU loses, they're out. Like, there's no shot of getting back in, then Tennessee will be in. And Ohio State and Michigan, I think they just have to play to a 14-point game, and they'll both be in. And I think we're looking at the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. So what time is it? What else? What else is there on the docket? to talk about.
I don't know.
Fine. We can talk about it. Your Lakers.
No, I didn't want to talk about that.
Dude,
They're not good.
the Cleveland Cavaliers, though.
They're pretty good.
I mean, who's the top two teams? Bucks and Cavs, right, in the league right now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I have a bet on one of these apps that Cleveland wins the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it might come true. Who knew?
It could.
It could.
It could.
I don't know. Like what? I know we talked about like the biggest surprise players last week, but we're what 3 weeks into the season, ish,
Something like that.
and maybe 4. And like what? It's just it's still weird. The good teams are bad. The bad teams are decent or good. The decent teams are still decent. But like the Jazz beat the Lakers last night, right?
The Jazz have beaten the Lakers twice this year.
Oh my gosh. What's the Lakers record? 2 and something?
2 and something. Jazz record is 8-3 though. The Jazz are good.
Lakers have to make a trade.
The Jazz are going for the wrong number 1 right now.
Right. I mean, they have to make a trade.
Yes. And I think that it is Anthony Davis.
I don't disagree with you.
I mean, they moved Russell Westbrook to the bench, and Russell Westbrook has been doing fine. So, you trade Anthony Davis, and then we can get someone else.
Do you think, I know people take AD, but do you think people take
Do you
Russ?
think people take Russ? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You think people take AD?
Yes.
So
Do you think people will take LeBron?
well, yes. Do you take both of them?
Russ
Do you
and AD?
Yeah. Not to the same team. Do you trade both of them?
No. Keep one, trade the other.
Why? Why do you need one of them? I mean, Westbrook's coming off the bench.
Exactly. So why we don't have to trade him? He's doing good off the bench. He's like our best player. Off the bench.
I don't know.
I think you trade AD. That's what I think you do.
Yeah. I feel like they need a lot. And it's almost, I'm not even saying they can win the championship this year, but
I'm also not saying that they can.
they need some depth. They need some youth. LeBron can't do it all. Now, That being said, I haven't watched a full Lakers game. I watched a quarter. But I do see highlights every morning, and it's just now the highlights are biased because I know they just talk about LeBron, and now they're showing like AD hit 2 3 or Russ hit 2 threes in a row, yay! But like that's how low the bar is now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ask you: is Russell Westbrook actually playing well, or is he just not playing bad? Therefore, everybody's saying he's playing well.
Well, what do you define as well?
Well, like when I think of Russell Westbrook,
I think he's playing good.
Okay. I was gonna say like caliber that he was in Oklahoma City.
No.
Well, no, but I mean
that would be great.
Right. Okay.
I think he's playing good.
Okay, that makes sense. You gave me the yawns, by the way, and I don't appreciate that.
Wow.
Okay. So I think for the most part, we've kind of covered a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to the top 5, though, can we talk about something non-sports related?
Sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how excited for Black Panther 2 are you?
I'd probably give it like a 9. Pretty excited, I'd say.
I am going to go ahead and say I'm at a 10. And it's because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't either.
I usually feel like in Marvel movies, even though you don't know like how the movie's going to end or whatever, you pretty much know what's going to happen. So you go in and you're like, I'm ready for the action. We got nothing. We don't even know who the Black Panther is.
No, I mean we kind of do, but we kind of.
Who is it? Who do you think it is?
So it's Shuri.
Shuri? Sorry?
It definitely is.
It is?
But
Is it?
it is. But I think there could be two of them. That's what I think. Crazy. That's what I think.
Do we know for sure it's her?
Pretty positive.
I know that she was the leading theory. Or, like...
I'm pretty sure. I would put money on it.
Okay. But it is interesting that they haven't told us.
No.
And if you look at the still frame, everybody I saw like a video breaking down the still frame of the Black Panther from behind or whatever it was. I heard there were some people that were like, I don't think that's her.
No, it is her. They've given more shots, and I'm pretty sure it's her. Just saying.
Okay. All right. You think they bring Killmonger back?
I hope so. That'd be cool. He doesn't have to be Black Panther. They should bring him back.
Is Medium Panther? Light Panther?
They should just bring him back.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. So maybe we can do like we'll have to do like a non-spoiler alert version, a recap, because we're going to see it on Saturday, not Friday when it comes out. Saturday.
Saturday.
So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be real fun. Okay. That being said,
But before we get into the top five,
okay.
Before we get into top five, I'd like, how's your fantasy team doing? That's what I would like to know.
My fantasy team, I am currently sitting second in my division.
Wow, not even first in his own division.
At 6-3.
6-3.
I am 7-2 in my other league, and I'm I think 5-4 in my other league.
5-4, barely over 500. I am sitting at 7-2.
I'm also tied for first place in the barely over 500 league. Just so you know.
Well, then everyone else is just not good.
I'm not tied for a second. I'm 6-3 in this league. Sorry, 6-3.
I am 7-2.
So I'm 6-3, 6-3, 7-2.
But I would like to say, my good friend Noah Kane, that is his name. Noah has Joe Mixon on his team. Last week, Joe Mixon had 55 points. You know where Joe Mixon was sitting at in his lineup?
You had him on the bench?
Get him on the bench.
Oh, how much did he lose by this week?
I don't know, but in his starting lineup, he had Saquon Barkley, though. Saquon Barkley was on a bye.
So he literally... Wow.
He said he lost by like, I don't know, 40-ish. So he would have put Joe Mixon in, he would have won.
Yeah.
And he had Joe Mixon on his bench.
So here's the deal.
And he forgot to take Saquon Barkley out. He was on a bye week. So he got 0 points from Saquon Barkley.
So what you were alluding to is that I lost to Sean this week.
You did lose to Sean.
And Sean, just like your friend Noah, has not changed his lineup since he drafted them. Last week, I lost to Dak Prescott, who's on a bye.
Javonte Williams.
Who's
also been hurt.
Yeah, he's on a bye, but he's out for the year. And to the San Francisco defense, who's on a bye. And Cam Akers, who, by the way, had 3 yards in the game. So he got Sean 0.3 points. But I lost to him because Austin Eckler went out for 24, Devontae Adams 36, Tyreek Hill 27, Dallas Goedert 24.
I think you lost to him because his team's better than yours.
No. Now, if he tried, his team might be better than mine. He's not trying. That being said, I had 47 people on a bye and Mark Andrews. The only person on my bench who scored any points, was Tua. And had I played Tua over Lamar Jackson, I would have won. I lost to Sean by 5 points. And the difference between Lamar's 17.52 and Tua's 24.08, I would have won. That being said, if Sean just logs in he would have mopped me this week. So you can't do anything. We got 4 players in 25 or more. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So I know Royce is 72. Blah, blah, blah.
Shit.
I'm just saying. But playoff bracket wise, I'm still good. I'm still projected to 3rd team. Your mom's 4th.
What's your playoff percentage?
My playoff percentage, I think, is like 97 or something like that. In my other league, I clinched a playoff spot.
What is your record?
72.
You clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Yes. Crazy.
So yeah, 97% playoff percentage, because apparently this does the top 2 from each division makes it in.
Mhm.
And Jerry is mopping up 3rd place right now with Sean, tied for 3rd at 3-6. So I have a 3-game lead on them with, I don't know.
Playoff percentage, 99.
I have a 3-game lead with 5 to play. Put it that way. So, but I got a big matchup with Trent this week. So there that is.
Well, I hope you win.
All right. So are you ready? You ready
Yeah,
to move?
I'm ready.
To the most anticipated segment?
Sports.
You know,
Ranks them.
Ranks
Ranks them.
What are we ranking today?
Top 5 Pop-Tart flavors.
Top 5 Poppity Tart flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Any honorable mentions?
Yep. Hot fudge sundae.
Hot fudge sundae. Hot fudge sundae.
That is the honorable mention.
Okay.
At number 6.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5.
Number 5. Wild berry.
Wait, what? Hot fudge sundae was honorable mention. Okay. Wild berry.
Wild berry.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4. Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. Okay, so here's what I'm also thinking in my head. The reason I'm pausing, I was like, I've had a hot fudge sundae Pop Tart. I've never done the wild berry before, and I don't think I've had the cookie. I might have had a cookies and cream.
Probably, definitely have.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. Brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, that's number 3 for
Yeah.
you. The brown sugar cinnamon is so good. That's my number 1, and for me, that's my number 1. It's not even close. Number 2. I just need you to know that.
Strawberry. Is number 2.
Number 2 is strawberry. I'm just saying, number 1 is brown sugar cinnamon.
Yeah, I know.
So far ahead of number 2, it's not even funny. Okay, so number 3 is brown sugar cinnamon. Number 2 is straw bizzles. Number 1,
Blueberry.
blueberry. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Are you a cold Pop-Tart or hot Pop-Tart guy?
Definitely not cold. I can't freeze my Pop-Tarts.
Not freezing. Room temperature Pop-Tart.
Oh, okay.
Room temperature Pop-Tart or
depends on what flavor
toaster
Pop-Tart
tart.
it is.
Toaster tart.
Depends on what flavor.
Okay. Top 5 or number 1 toasted Pop-Tart.
The best toasted Pop-Tart?
Yes.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, that's the best toasted Pop-Tart.
Okay. Have you had all of these Pop-Tarts toasted and untoasted?
I think so.
Okay. So then the top untoasted tart has to be I'm assuming it's strawberry? Or no, blueberry? That's what I meant to say. But I don't know. What is the top untoasted tart?
I don't know. Maybe brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, see, that's where I'm at. I love the brown sugar without the toasted.
But if I toast the brown sugar cinnamon, it's not that good.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know the last time I've had a toasted Pop-Tart. So I might have to go try a toasted brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart.
Toasted Pop-Tart was like Monday, which was like yesterday.
Is that a brown sugar? You had a brown sugar?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just,
I'm gonna have to go taste that. I'm gonna have to do that.
You might think it's fine. I just personally did not like it that much. I mean, it was good, but I didn't.
Right. Toasted tart. I've also heard something recently that I need to ask you, and it's regarding Pop-Tarts. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
No, I have not.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
The way you said no, it made me think like you'd literally heard of this. Okay, so are you supposed to put butter on it after you get it out of the toaster?
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess you can't put it in the toaster. So it has to be a hot Pop-Tart, like, right?
Mm-hmm. You can't put butter on a room temperature Pop-Tart.
Yeah, that'd be
butter flavored Pop-Tart.
Oh, okay. All right. I just didn't know. And so it's interesting that you've heard this. So now it makes me feel like this is a real thing. Okay. Toasted tart is, what did you say? Cookies and cream.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna have to go try toasted brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. I just love them without like not cold, but room temperature. Have you ever frozen a Pop-Tart?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right. Well, that was a good top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 Pop-Tart flavors. If anybody from Pop-Tart is listening to this and y'all want to send some Pop-Tarts over for us to do a taste for toasted and untoasted tarts, we will do a episode dedicated to Pop-Tarts. We'll do our first like video spinoff. Just saying. So anybody Pop-Tart, just let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Kellogg's, we're listening. We're calling you out. All right. Okay. Well, is that it?
Yep.
Anything to say to the peeps?
Today is Giancarlo Stanton's birthday.
Juan. Is it Juan? Is it John?
It's
Jean?
Ian.
Jean Carlos Stanton. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like we should talk. Dang, we left one thing out. College basketball season started.
Yeah.
But it just started yesterday, and it's really not that big a deal yet.
Yeah,
but there were some upsets.
Oklahoma lost.
Yeah.
And Florida State lost.
And TCU almost lost.
TCU almost lost, apparently. USC lost.
Louisville plays tomorrow.
Louisville lost.
Dang. I mean, they should, though. Bellarmine should beat them.
The problem is, like, Bellarmine is, like, not that bad. Bellarmine was supposed to be in the NCAA tourney last year.
Yeah, they're a tourney team.
They could not.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Bellarmine played Louisville tough back when Louisville was good, and Bellarmine was not. And now that Louisville's not good. But we don't know. It's just, those are exhibition games. You just don't know. We don't know. So, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Oh, so late. I know. All right, well, folks, until next week, same time, same place, we out.
Yep.